So the first thing I do is I wash the chicken. I make sure I wash it really well. Also, I add my lemon to wash my chicken. Next thing I'm going to do is I've prepped all my vegetables and I've washed them all, and I'm just literally going to begin to chop them all. So I prefer to use red onion when I cook food. Red onion has a lot more health benefits than white onion, so I tend to use red onion. Again, I chop it to any size, it doesn't really matter. I usually chop my onions quite big, but again, that's totally optional how you want to do that. So once that's all chopped, I just place that to one side. And the next ingredient is spring onion, also known as scallion. I tend to use that in a lot of things that I cook. I really like the taste that it gives my food, and it also looks nice as well when you present your food. I'm using this to cook at the moment, one of my staples in the household. It's my pepper, I'm just going to chop that out. Then I also going to cook with serrano. Again, this is optional. I like the taste it gives. It's almost like a red bell pepper, but it has like a sweeter taste. It's not that hot, so I like to add that into my curry chicken. And again, I chop that to any size. There's no preference there. Lastly is my Scotch bonnet. So I've made sure to take out all the seeds because it gets quite hot. And then just going to cut my bell peppers. I'm going to use a yellow one. I use yellow for the colour, and that's all chopped, and a green one again. And that's optional. You can use any one, but I like to use those because I like my foods to be full of colours. And as you can see, all my vegetables look lovely and bright on the chopping board. So once you've chopped all your vegetables, just going to chop the garlic. I use that in everything that I cook. I prefer to use the fresh one, but again, that's optional. You can also use the powder, but I prefer to use the fresh. And be careful of your fingers because it is very hard to chop and get them very small. So just be careful there. And last thing I'm going to do is cut up the ginger. Again, I use it fresh. That is optional. You can also use the powder, but I just prefer to use fresh ingredients. So I've chopped up all my veg, which is going to be the base. I also like to add potatoes into my curry chicken. So I've just got some white potatoes here that I'm going to cut. Again, they've washed. I keep on the skin because actually most of the nutrients in root vegetables is found just under the skin. So I make a conscious effort where I can to keep the skin on my root vegetables, the vegetables that are grown underground. And again, I like to cut those very small. So how to start, you just heat up your pan with some oil. So you want it to be hot so it can fry your vegetables. So I've put in all my chopped vegetables all at once into the pan. Again, the heat was high so it can fry and get soft. So that's all in. Smells absolutely amazing. So you mix that until soft, and then you add in your seasonings. So all purpose that I use. Also mixed herbs, which is a favourite in my household. Curry powder, which is the main ingredient in curry chicken. I use the mild one because I'm not really a fan of hot food. Mix that all around so you get seasonings everywhere in all your veg, and let that soften. Add your chicken. Again, you can see I haven't seasoned the chicken except for salt and pepper. That's optional. And I'm mixing that around to coat it well. So make sure you coat the chicken well. I forgot to mention it still is on a high heat. All mixed in lovely and nice. You can see now the chicken is starting to get the colour. That's the colour that you want it. And that colour has actually come from the curry powder. So that is a staple. When you're doing curry chicken, make sure you add curry powder. At this point, I add in the chopped potatoes. Again, mix that up very well. All together. Get that all mixed up and all in. So you get the sauce everywhere. perfect, and it smells amazing, if I say so myself. It's cooking well. I'm just adding a little bit of water. Again, that's optional, but I like my food to have a lot of gravy, so that's why I'm adding some water. Again, I haven't really turned my heat down. I am cooking with electric, but it's the same concept. I'm adding in now fresh thyme. Again, optional. You can add the dry one. Again, optional. I prefer to use fresh. Okay, so I've seasoned it well. It smells great. I'm happy with that. I'm going to give it one last mix, and then following that, I just turn my heat low and let that cook through nicely. As you can see, 15 minutes. It looks amazing. It's got the gravy. That is exactly how we want your curry chicken to look. And also, you just want to check as well that the potatoes are actually soft, because it's nicer to eat when your potatoes are of a softer texture. So you just want to check that. And there you have it. We are eating ours with rice and peas and avocado. Absolutely delicious. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, like the video, and also subscribe, because we've got lots more videos to come.